Most men go their whole lives losing, and they never figure out the rules of the game they were forced to play. You feel it already. The smile that costs you something. The patience that gets you walked on. The kindness that gets you mistaken for prey. The promotion you watched go to a man who could not outwork you on his worst day. This is not bad luck. This is a system, and nobody ever sat you down and explained it. Friedrich Nietzsche spent his life trying to hammer 6 brutal laws into the skulls of men too soft to hear them. Most could not. Most still cannot. Tonight, you will. And law number 6 is the one almost nobody can stomach, because it explains why the world will hate you the moment you finally stop being easy. Law 1. Stop confusing kindness with virtue. You were raised on a quiet lie. That being soft was the same thing as being good. That every act of giving made you holy. That patience was always payment towards something divine. It was not. It was training. Training to be useful to people who would never carry you back. Take Marcus, 34 years old. He helped a friend move apartments 3 times in 1 year. Lifted the couch, drove the truck, bought the pizza. The 4th time Marcus needed a ride home from the hospital, that same friend did not pick up a Tuesday phone call. Nietzsche saw this clearly. In his work on the genealogy of morals, he argued that what we call good was often invented by men too weak to be anything else. Virtue with no spine is not virtue. It is camouflage for fear. Be kind. But be kind because you chose it, not because you were trained to flinch. Virtue without teeth is just a leash you tied around your own neck. Law 2. The world rewards the unbreakable, not the likable. Likable men get hired. Unbreakable men get feared, paid, and obeyed. Most men spend their 20s trying to be liked. They spend their 30s wondering why being liked never bought them anything. Look at David, 41, 15 years in the same company. Always agreeable. Always the first to laugh at the boss's joke. Always the man who said yes when his weekends should have said no. 4 promotions came and went. Every one of them went to a colder man. A man David could have outworked in his sleep. But the cold man was not asking to be liked. He was demanding to be respected. Nietzsche once wrote, "What does not kill me makes me stronger." Most people read that as a comfort. It is not a comfort. It is a test. The world is asking you, in 1,000 small ways every week, whether you will break or harden. There is no third door. Be useful. Be respected. Liked is a distant third. Law 3. Burn the parts of yourself that keep losing. You will not be reformed. You will be replaced. By you. Most men spend a decade trying to fix the version of themselves that keeps dragging them into the same ditch. Same arguments, same mistakes, same kind of woman, same kind of boss, same kind of failure, wearing a different shirt. They keep watering a corpse and calling it growth. Consider Anna, 29. For years she blamed every man she dated. The selfish one, the distant one, the one who left, until one quiet evening she sat down and looked at the only variable that had been in every wreckage, her own reflection. That night, something inside her died. Something better took its place. Nietzsche put it in plain fire. You must be ready to burn yourself in your own flame. How could you become new if you had not first become ashes? He was not being poetic. He was giving you an instruction. So ask yourself one question right now. What part of you keeps losing? And why are you still feeding it? Law 4. Power respects power. Apologize less. Explain less. Every apology you do not owe is a deposit into someone else's leverage. Every explanation you offer to a person who never planned on understanding is a confession they will use against you later. You learned, somewhere along the way, that if you just explained yourself clearly enough, people would soften. They would see your good intentions. They would meet you in the middle. So you talked. You clarified. You over-explained your boundary, your refusal, your absence, your no. It never worked, did it? Watch a real negotiation sometime. The man who speaks the least wins. The man who fills the silence loses every single time. Because silence is pressure, and pressure is power. And most men cannot tolerate either one for more than 10 seconds. Nietzsche understood this in his bones. Master morality, he called it. The strong do not beg for approval. They set the value. They name the thing. Everyone else either accepts it or walks away. Both are fine. Stop selling yourself to people who were never buying. Law 5. Solitude is your training ground, not your prison. The man afraid to be alone will never be dangerous to anyone. He will spend his whole life rented out to other people's noise, their opinions, their dramas, their constant low-grade need for him to perform. He calls it being social. It is being colonized. Picture a man at a kitchen table, 11 at night, no phone in his hand, no television, no noise, just him, a chair, and the quiet. Most men cannot sit there for 10 minutes before reaching for something, anything. That reach is the problem. That reach is the entire problem. Solitude is where character is forged, where you finally hear what you actually think, instead of what you have been trained to repeat, where ambition is sharpened, where shame is faced, where you stop running. Nietzsche wrote about 3 transformations of the spirit. First, the spirit becomes a lion, and the lion is always alone. The lion must come before the creator. There is no shortcut. Discomfort with your own company is not loneliness. It is evidence you have not finished becoming yourself. Law 6. When you finally become strong, they will call it evil. Don't flinch. This is the one almost nobody is ready for. The same world that begged you to grow will punish you the day you actually do it. The same friends who cheered you on while you were broken will go quiet the year you stop being broken. Your standards will be called arrogance. Your boundaries will be called coldness. Your confidence will be called ego. Your refusal to be used will be called cruelty. You will have a brother, or a cousin, or an old friend, a man who praised your ambition while you were still struggling. The same man who whispers to other people that you have changed, the year you finally make it. Pay attention to that whisper. It is the oldest sound in human history. Nietzsche named it resentment, the slave revolt in morality. He observed that when the weak cannot climb, they do not learn to climb. They invent a new code in which climbing itself is a sin. They turn their inability into a virtue, and your ability into a crime. So they will label you. They will rebrand your strength as a moral defect. They will say you are not the man you used to be. They are right. That is the point. Don't flinch. Don't apologize. The label is the price of admission. Now hear me carefully. These 6 laws are not a license to become cruel. They are not permission to burn every bridge or hate every soft person you meet. The world has enough hard men who are hard for no reason. That is not the goal. The goal is to stop punishing yourself for having a spine. You are not being asked to become a monster. You are being asked to stop dressing up as prey. There is a difference, and your whole life depends on knowing it. Tomorrow morning, do one thing. 1. Have the conversation you have been avoiding for 6 months, or sit 1 full hour by yourself. No phone, no escape. Or take back 1 apology you never owed. Or say no to 1 request you have been resenting since the day you said yes. Do not try to do all 6 laws at once. Do 1. Today, while the fire is still in your chest. Now hear me carefully. These 6 laws are not a license to become cruel. They are not permission to burn every bridge or hate every soft person you meet. The world has enough hard men who are hard for no reason. That is not the goal. The goal is to stop punishing yourself for having a spine. You are not being asked to become a monster. You are being asked to stop dressing up as prey. There is a difference, and your whole life depends on knowing it. Tomorrow morning, do 1 thing. 1. Have the conversation you have been avoiding for 6 months. Or sit 1 full hour by yourself. No phone, no escape. Or take back 1 apology you never owed. Or say no to 1 request you have been resenting since the day you said yes. Do not try to do all 6 laws at once. Do 1. Today, while the fire is still in your chest.